Special Olympics is one of those organizations that clearly does make a difference.
I think the attributes that students and athletes can learn through the Special Olympics are things like discipline, self-confidence.
It's life-changing to watch them because you understand what they have done and the commitment that they've made.
And understanding that small accomplishments can add up to big things.
It certainly makes each and every one of us step back and think about how important it is for us to understand these individuals and to actually celebrate the contributions that they can make.
And to persevere and to have the self-confidence to do well, I think is critical. And I think that's absolutely what athletics and the Special Olympics is able to help these individuals do and become more confident in themselves. We've seen them become very good contributors to our workforce across the country.
Special Olympic athletes are so amazing. Gosh, how can you not be inspired by what they do?
You treat him like he has a disability, he's going to think he has a disability, and he's going to go through the rest of his life, not enjoying, what he could be.
She will not give up, and she continues to work hard.
He's a normal person who's got a great sense of humor.
He's very resilient, I guess. Things really kind of don't faze him. He has the best personality and he's so funny.
She's definitely special.
And he hates it when people just say, "Oh, okay, honey." He's got something to say and he's going to get it out one way or another.
She really lights up our life.
On a chilly spring morning in Illinois, two very different lives are about to begin a new day. For Jay Brettman, the journey from the bed to the bathroom is adventurous, to say the least. By contrast, Jeanne DeCarlo's morning routine several miles away is hardly an afterthought. The two individuals nevertheless share one thing in common. They are both proud Special Olympics athletes.
At birth, we knew immediately that something was wrong with Jeanne, but we didn't know quite what. And as with many developmental delays, you have to wait and see how the child develops. The doctors were never very encouraging, however. They said she would never walk, they said she would probably not talk, and they told us to prepare for the worst.
When the accident happened, it was October 2nd. I remember this exactly, 1991. We were crossing the street on our bike. None of us saw the car come. I don't remember being hit. You remember it kind of in hindsight, because I can remember Jay wasn't breathing at the time, and I remember thinking, don't pick him up because you're going to break his neck. Then the other party is thinking, I got to breathe for him. He's not breathing. He's going to die anyway. Tony had broken bones. I did. Jay didn't. But Jay had who counter, his head went forward, backwards, like shaken baby. He was in a coma for about almost a year, 11 and a half months.
18 years after her birth then, we went to a geneticist and found out that she indeed had Williams syndrome, which little was known about at that time, but now we know that it is similar to Down syndrome in that it's a mutation of a gene.
The accident was hard because you see Jay struggle to do everything. And even back then, walking, I didn't care that much, but talking, it's like, how can he ever call for help if he doesn't talk again?
As she did finally learn to crawl, we were ecstatic. And we went to the beach one day and she crawled right into the water. And we thought when the water hits her face, she'll come running back. She didn't. So I jumped up and ran in after her to save her, and she started swimming.
Having been a swimmer during her college years, Sherry decided to coach Jeanne herself and later took on more athletes under the Special Olympics banner. It didn't take long before Sherry noticed that Jeanne was learning more than just swimming strokes.
When teacher after teacher after teacher kept telling me that she was working way beyond what they expected her to do, I came to accept that she was doing more than she was able to do, and she was always doing her best. Which brings me right to the Special Olympics theme, but let me win, but if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt.
Jay's biggest booster is his older brother, Tony, whose role as a Special Olympics coach also extends beyond his immediate family. The two are not biological brothers, yet they've built a bond strengthened by the accident that is truly unique.
Growing up with Jay was nothing out of the ordinary. My best friends had brothers, and so did I.
Jay just depends on Tony, and Tony is very important because Tony helps him with everything he does.
Tony and Jay are your typical brothers. They wrestle together, they're constantly play fighting with each other.
The public, they see the wheelchair first, and they don't really get to know Jay.
When I first met Jay, he was pretty much always using his wheelchair. And now he basically only uses the wheelchair for if we're going a long distance. A lot of it is credit to his mother who, you know, will try anything for him.
One of the therapists mentioned about a therapy dog, and I thought, oh God, that's all we need is a dog. It'll probably eat my child. Are you crazy? But we went through with it. I filled out all the paperwork. I figured I'll do whatever I can that'll help him. But Dewey was there for Jay, and now I couldn't see them separated.
While the physical challenges that Jay faces are daunting, Jeanne has had to fight her own battles, equally as challenging, but in a different way.
One thing that I'm proud of Jeanne for is her perseverance. I can remember when she had started high school, she was picked on routinely and came home devastated. One outlet for her of feeling happy was being in Special Olympics, where she felt safe and she had a lot of friends.
Special Olympics has really helped her. She's met a whole bunch of people who have become friends for over 20 years. She goes to her birthday parties, they have sleepovers. She has really learned what friendship's all about.
The nice thing about Special Olympics too is it involves your whole family. It's not just an individual thing.
And I'd be the first to say I thought Special Olympics was only for people that had Down syndrome. But once we got involved with that, I can't tell you the amount of people and the parents. Those were the ones that really did help us out a lot.
With Jay, I know he has limitations, and that's what's great about Special Olympics. It can really cater to those that have to play basketball in a wheelchair and those that can run up and down the court as much as they want.
Special Olympics is great because it has so much variety. We have athletes who are just learning how to dribble a ball that are 4 years old, and we have athletes that know how to slam dunk a basketball and are playing competitively.
Maybe he can't do all the programs, we're never going to give it up because this is his friends, it's his social circle, and it's more than just the people playing the sports. Jay's a guy, and guys are all the same from 4 to 104. There's lots of cute volunteers, and he would tell you that's why he goes, I know that.
Jeanne's Special Olympics career has had many highlights, but the most memorable came in the form of a simple phone call. After decades of dedication and persistence, she was notified by Special Olympics Illinois that she had been selected to participate in the 2011 World Games in Athens, Greece.
I thought my mom was pulling my leg is what I thought it was, but it turns out she was serious.
Going to the World Games is an opportunity of a lifetime.
It's just awesome right now. The whole vibe of the family and friends, that they're so excited for her.
We were so excited to accomplish this goal and to be able to represent the Greater LaGrange YMCA and the state of Illinois Special Olympics and the United States of America.
It can be every bit as meaningful for one person to be selected for the World Games as it is for another to learn how to walk.
I can tell you, I think he walks, gets from point A to point B. It may not be pretty, but he can get there. He may not be fast, but give him enough time and he'll get there, and he's figured that out himself.
After the accident, they pretty much said that, he wasn't gonna walk and talk again. And he's, walking, over 200 yards without a walker.
His hands are unequal in size, but they're getting equal now because he's using both sides. He couldn't do that before. And that didn't happen because of me or therapy. It happened because when he goes to Orland Park, he wants to be with the cool guys, I don't know, the guys that are really good. And they always give him encouragement. And that's something you see at Special Olympics. And he moves so fast, because with Jay, we don't go fast, we just go slow. But you see a whole lot that other people are missing. And that sounds gooey, but it's true. They wanted to be goalie for soccer. He tried Saturday, and he's trying to walk now and just kick the ball. He's not fast, he's not good. But at least they give him a shot at it, and who knows, 10 years, he might be good at it.
With the spring day coming to an end, Jay and Jeanne trade the comfort of their respective homes for the intensity of the afternoon's competitions, the loud cheers inside the pool house, the excitement of stepping onto the soccer field. These are the settings they have come to enjoy and love, settings that are as inclusive as they are challenging.
Jeanne is a killer in the water. She forgets everything about the crowd. I'm surprised that she even says she hears us yelling for her because she is focused on one thing only, and that is swimming her race.
They have a good time and they talk to each other, they have fun, and they try to win. If they do, it's great. We won one game this year, but that was really great. And we felt bad because the parents were all getting crazy. The other team understood. They're like, that's okay, we haven't won any yet, so.
Special Olympics, taking it out of her life would probably she would be lost, I think.
Growing up, being Jay's brother and being able to help him and coach him in sports, there's a rewarding feeling, you know, helping Jay out and just being along with him and seeing him struggle and trying to lift him up every day makes you feel important. And he's definitely a special person. Makes you appreciate a lot of things when you look at him trying to catch a softball or kick a soccer ball, you know, puts things into perspective.
People have to realize how important it is. It's more than just a game. It's what these guys have got, and they're going to have it for the next 40, 50 years, hopefully. It's very important, and I'm so glad Jay got involved. It's what they do, and it's just great.
My daughter, Jeanne, is always so brave in whatever she does to do her very best. The swimming, she usually ends up first. In other parts of her life, she's not always so lucky, but she always tries her very, very best.
Jay and Jeanne represent tens of thousands of athletes, families, and volunteers who have experienced the power of Special Olympics and its ability to change any life. With your support, Special Olympics Illinois can embrace, encourage, and inspire even more champions. Jay and Jeanne, different athletes, different ability levels. Their paths may never cross, yet their lives are parallel in the relentless pursuit of achievement. Two lives that share one love. Special Olympics.